Hi, I'm Cindy Gear Swope, and soon you'll meet my sidekick Buoy. We'll be talking about dogs as sustainability partners. Okay, who here has a dog? Raise your hands. Now, who has trained their dog to pick up after themselves? Most hands down, all hands down. Who's trained their dog to sort recycling? Anyone? And last question, who's trained their dog to actually reduce their carbon paw print? Okay, then let's talk. I'm here today to propose something that might sound crazy at first, that dogs could actually help with sustainability, not just tag along while we try to save the planet. And I have video evidence. Go get this one. Go recycle. Go recycle. That's my sidekick Buoy, trying to make a difference. Now, before you think I've lost it, yes, I trained my dog to do that, and yes, it took a lot of treats. But here's what's interesting. My dog isn't just doing a trick and having fun. He's finishing the whole job. He's closing the loop, so to speak. Right now, dogs have what I'd politely call a mixed environmental record. In the United States alone, dogs produce about 10 million tons of waste every year. Making their food creates a lot of carbon emissions. A medium sized dog's yearly carbon footprint is about the same as driving 3,500 miles. And let's not even talk about all those single use poop bags we're using. But what if we've been looking at this all wrong? What if dogs aren't the problem, but could actually be part of the solution? Dogs can do things we are completely wasting. They have 300 million smell receptors compared to our 6 million. They can learn to do complicated tasks. And unlike humans, they actually get excited about doing the same thing over and over and over. Have you seen a dog fetch the same ball for the 47th time? Oh boy, he could do that all day. So let's talk about what's possible now and what could be possible later. Today, dogs are already doing environmental work we barely notice. Conservation dogs find endangered animals, invasive plants, and animal droppings for research without messing up the environment the way human researchers do. These dogs can search areas that would take humans days to cover, and they do it in hours. In New England, dogs find spotted lanternfly eggs, which are an invasive pest. In Africa, they track illegal pangolin trade. A pangolin is a mammal that looks like an anteater or an armadillo, but with large scales. They use their scales for medicine, that doesn't even work, and they use it for jewelry, and they also use it for their meat. Dogs are environmental workers. We just haven't really thought of them that way. But what about our regular pet dogs at home? The 90 million pets in America who mostly just hang out at home. Well, this is where it gets interesting. Dogs can definitely be trained to help with household sustainability. Not because it saves tons of carbon, let's be honest, my dog's poop bag trick maybe saves me 8 steps, but it changes how we think about sustainability. It becomes something we all do together, not just a human chore. Imagine this for the future: dogs trained to bring reusable bags to the door before shopping trips, dogs who learn to hit a switch that turns off lights in empty rooms. That is, unless you're a 12-inch toy Aussie. And dogs trained to bring separated recycling to the right bins. These aren't fantasy ideas. Dog trainers already use these exact training methods every day. Here's how I started training Bowie at about 8 or 9 months old. He's learning how to clean up his toys here. So start early with your new pups. The mental impact could be huge. Studies show that when kids see family pets doing eco friendly things, they're more likely to do those things too. Dogs make sustainability visible, real, and yes, fun. When your dog reminds you to bring your reusable bags, you're not going to forget them. Positive reinforcement works on humans too, apparently. Now let's talk about the future, the weird, interesting, and maybe too hopeful future. What if we bred and trained dogs specifically for environmental work? We've created herding dogs, hunting dogs, service dogs, and detection dogs. Why not conservation dogs as their own category? Dogs bred and trained from puppies to work in monitoring ecosystems, finding pollution, and helping restore wild areas. Researchers are already testing whether dogs can smell chemical changes in water, find microplastic pollution, and even locate methane leaks in cities. A dog's nose could become a living sensor network, natural, renewable, and way cuter than some machine. And here's where I might lose some of you. What if we rethought the whole dog and sustainability picture? What if future dog food came from insects or lab grown meat, cutting that carbon footprint by 70%? What if those millions of tons of dog waste were all composted or turned into fuel? Seoul, South Korea is already doing this. They've put dog waste composters in parks that turn poop into fertilizer. So the technology exists, the training methods exist. What's missing is seeing our dogs as environmental partners. Now, I'm not saying dogs will solve climate change, they won't, but they can certainly change our relationship to sustainability. Instead of something we do to the world, it becomes something we do with the world, including the animals already living in our homes. When my dog drops that poop bag in the trash, funny things happen. People stop, they smile, they ask questions. That one small thing can create a moment where people actually think about waste management, something nobody usually wants to ever think about. It makes the invisible visible. And that's what we really need, more moments where sustainability isn't a sacrifice or a chore, but something natural that includes everyone in our homes, even the ones with four legs. So, yes, train your dog to pick up their poop bag. Train them to carry the recycling. Film it, share it, make it silly and fun because if we're going to build a sustainable future, we might as well bring our best friends along for the walk. In closing, I'd like to thank you all for listening, but of course, that little toy Australian Shepherd would like to say a word as well.
Hi everyone, Buoy here. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this TED Talk. I hope it encourages new puppy owners to start training their pups early so that, together, we can make our planet a little more sustainable using the methods we talked about today. Every well-trained dog can make a positive difference. If you have any questions or want to learn more, please feel free to reach out to me at buoy@allpawstransportation.com. Thanks again for being a part of the pack.
Oh boy, you're such a ham with your little Australian accent. Well, you heard him. Reach out to him with questions. Bye for now.
Good job, Buoy. Good job, Buoy.